John and Jan Dugo were responsible for starting ISI at Lindenwood in the fall of 2006. I joined ISI in 2006. It happened because there was a Japanese family attending my church that we befriended, and they had made friends with students at Lindenwood and invited us to host a student over Christmas break, and we came to love international students. I mobilize volunteers, I train them, I coordinate programming, I plan the weekly meetings, I help to plan the citywide events, I network with churches in the area and with other organizations on campus to create programs for students at Lindenwood, and I also interact with campus staff. I really care about students. I know that when students are far away from home and from their normal support systems, that there's a lot of unknown things to face all at once, and I would like to make that transition easier for them. I collect information from students who want contact. I send out mass emails to people to let them know about upcoming things. We also have a Facebook page where students can join, and that's much more informal. Certainly we announce events there, but we also chat about things that come up, and when students have specific needs, we can find out about that. Sometimes we go through school channels. My contact information is sent out to students in the welcome packet from the school before they arrive. So some students contact me for transportation to get to campus from the very beginning. And we have put a table up by the cafeteria to announce an event, or we have put out flyers on campus. I would like to organize a student leadership team where students can be more involved in offering constructive suggestions, feedback, helping with planning, do the labor that's involved in this. Local churches support what we do mostly through helping fund events like the progressive dinners, which we have coming up next weekend.
I set all my regrets on fire, 'cause I know I'll never take the time to unpack my missteps and call all of our friends. I figured they
A campus can be a little village, and so some students never are curious enough to branch out. Secondly, some students find comfort in hanging out with people from their own culture, and they tend, when that happens exclusively, they tend to isolate themselves. I think another thing that contributes to it is that American students sometimes find it challenging to reach in and welcome internationals. Either they're not interested, or they feel busy, or they feel shy and don't know how to bridge that gap. So what I'm saying is, if you know Americans, then you're more likely to be invited to somebody's home sometime from another student. But there's a lot of people in the community who would love to do that, to interact with students and help them to know more about American culture than the college culture. My family is growing bigger and bigger all the time because the friendships that I have made with students last far beyond the time that they're here at Lindenwood, and it makes the world such a small place. I care about the people, and it makes me care about the places that they're from, and I feel very passionate about people's lives being good and productive. Well, we have a very positive relationship with the school, but we also always want to be careful to understand the proper parameters. You know, there's limitations, for example, privacy issues for students, and I don't ever want to go outside of those bounds. You know, over the years, the needs of a school changes. And coming after the fact, I think that probably the international student body grew a lot bigger here at Lindenwood, and so a need was perceived, for helping international students that maybe did not exist before that. I think that ISI leadership maybe approached the school in the past, and the school didn't see it as a strong need. And then later it seemed like a good idea.